Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 2,500 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you.
Live from our studios in Austin, Texas, this is Drinkin' Bros Fake News with Ross Patterson, Dan Holloway, Papa G with the traffic,
How you feel?
Not good.
Yeah?
field reporter Hot Bob, and Delco Dan with sports. Welcome to Fake News.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, everybody. Bringing you the realest, fakest news of the week. Today, where it's had a hangover. My God, we raged last night.
I didn't.
What do you mean you didn't? What were you drinking last night?
Water.
Were you really?
I had a couple of drinks,
There you
but
go.
it was mostly Liquid Death, actually, which we have.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Love Liquid Death. We went to Creed last night. Boom, there it is. Yeah, did you pop it up on camera? There's Liquid Death. Love Liquid Death. Went to Creed last night. Got to hang out with the boys from the band. Bob, pop the picture up there on screen. Scott Stapp and the boys. Look at that. Look at us. They were selling those Stapp jerseys at the stadium. I've got it right here. I'm going to put it on camera here. They're back, dude, and they're better than ever. Absolutely better. All I want is them to do the Thanksgiving halftime show in Dallas again this year. I think that would fucking rock. But they killed it last night. We were with Rob O'Neill. Fun times with the boys of Creed, and they've only gotten better. Dan, they've only gotten better.
The performance was good.
Yeah.
Not really my style of music, but yeah, they were. I mean, white people love Creed, and I was most surprised by how many non-white people love Creed. There were a noticeable amount of straight-up cholos at that concert.
Well, that's going to happen in Fort Worth, you know, or where were we, Dallas? Last night? Dallas?
Either one, yeah. It's, and I mean like Raiders jersey and high White Sox cholo, like a real one, right?
Yeah.
Not what I expected to see at a Creed concert.
A bunch of cholos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, it all worked out great.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. Great time. Huge thanks to Rob O'Neill for flying out to Dallas. Did a couple great banger episodes with him. Did the live debate show down there. We're back in the studio. I don't think we were traveling for a while, right? Not till next month?
I'll be in Fort Bragg at the end of this month. For a couple of things. Well, I'll be in Charlotte for a thing, and then at Fort Bragg for one thing. When I get the details, I'll announce that. But yeah, otherwise, we're not going anywhere until October 12th, I think.
Yeah, so we're back in studio for a while, kids. Back at it. We're up till 3 a.m. drinking with listeners too, man. Jesse and I got trashed with a bunch of listeners at the bar last night. Absolute blast. Back in studio today. Show goes on. Forget my hangover. I've already cracked open a Hard AF Seltzer here just to get the engines roaring here today. Top story: Springfield, Ohio doesn't look real fun these days. A Springfield, Ohio resident sounded the alarm about the city's Haitian migrant surge, warning her community is like a dystopian nightmare as it struggles to provide basic resources for taxpayers. Springfield residents Diana Daniels joined Fox and Friends to describe what life has been like in recent years since thousands of Haitians have been transported to their city, starving it of resources like housing, and health care while having an impact on public safety. Daniel said, it's like living in a dystopian nightmare. You hope you wake up and it's 2019 again, and then you realize it's 2024, and it's the same thing over and over and over again, day after day. It's hard sometimes to get up in the morning and hear residents that I've known for years struggle. This is a paycheck to paycheck kind of town, working class, and the citizens that depend on our social services like healthcare, the Rocking Horse Community Health Center, going down to Social Security office for benefits, waiting in line. They're just not getting the services they need. She goes on to say, it breaks my heart to see the people that I taught and their children experiencing this. So I took it upon myself to make sure that I showed up at every city commission meeting pleading our case. She continued, situation took center stage on Tuesday night when former President Donald Trump referred to Springfield while railing against the Biden-Harris administration and their border and immigration policies. If it took something like this to get in the spotlight flashed on us, so be it. We've needed help for several years, and maybe we're finally going to get it. The sad thing is, it's more of my money being spent on a problem that we did not create. Now, with this, thousands of Haitians have arrived in Springfield since the COVID-19 pandemic, and residents have been pointing to an uptick in crime. Huge shock there. Mayhem and car crashes due to the massive influx of new residents in a town of 58,000 people. 20,000 Haitians have arrived. This is wild to me. Yeah?
That's a lot of people. Now, the left is doing what they do. We're in the first stage right now. This is not happening stage, right? Soon we'll move on to the other stages, which is it's happening, but it's okay, right?
Yep.
And then stage 3 is here's 10 reasons why you should go kill ducks in the park.
Yep.
And then stage 4 is if you don't kill ducks in the park, you're racist. That's the final stage of this retarded nonsense that these motherfuckers do every single time an issue comes up. Deny it ever happened.
Yep.
Say it's okay. Beg the question, why aren't you doing it? And then demand that you do it, otherwise you're racist. That's the fucking cycle that these people are in. By the way, we've already reached, we're getting really close to part 2 now. Because too many people, including Lisa Montgomery, who's a duck and goose expert in Ohio, right? She's a rescuer. It's her job to manage the population in the state, and she's already said there's an alarming amount of ducks and geese going missing. Like the total count are going down. She's the person who tracks this stuff. So you look that up. I didn't call the city manager of Springfield to find out, right?
David Muir did.
What a
apparently.
silly way to respond to that question. Like a dozen residents are having press conferences like, hey, they're fucking with our pets. And he's like, well, actually, we asked the city manager. He said it's not even true.
What is the city manager?
It's an unelected, it's a bureaucrat, kind of like CEO of a company, president.
Okay.
He would be the president.
Gotcha.
Right? So no board. He's not on the board or anything. And in this case, he's not elected. But yeah, it's definitely happening. A number of people, you can find this on Twitter and TikTok, a number of people who are second generation Haitians are like, yeah, they eat fucking cats and dogs over there. There's actually a reason that they eat cats for voodoo, to like gain their energy or some bullshit like that.
Oh, I love that.
The religion is voodoo down there.
Yeah.
So good fucking luck. You know what I mean? They definitely eat house pets.
Yeah,
maybe not all of them are doing that here. Maybe they're like, oh, beef? Fuck yeah. That'd be how I reacted. Because look, in a pinch,
yeah, a duck will do.
Mittens will, that'll feed a family.
Yeah.
A small family, but a family nonetheless. But once you get to a real country and there's actual food, you don't keep going to the park to murder animals. You know what I mean? It's definitely happening no matter what these assholes say. So the question is, this is what I'm really looking forward to. I was going to say a BuzzFeed article, but fucking Vivek owns that now, I think, right?
He does, yeah.
He's trying to buy it or some shit.
No, he bought, I believe, 15% of it.
So it'll just be on the Washington Post a week or two from now. Like, those ducks are free. why aren't you eating them?
Yep.
You know? And then on MSNBC 2 weeks after that, it'll be like, not eating ducks is racist.
Yeah.
It's rooted in white supremacy. I can't fucking wait for this. It's just so entertaining to me.
You forgot about the last stage, though, which is where everybody moves out of the city.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're gone. Business is shut down.
This is
all
just
that
the
other
stage
stuff.
of the lies they tell. That's not the stage of the city will be fucking... That won't be a city anymore.
No.
Right? Because the people who actually pay taxes are going to fucking leave.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's a fucking mess. And then breaking news here on this story. There's actually a bomb threat that was called in to the city council there, and they shut down the building there in Springfield. The police have said, see something, say something is what the police are asking to do. And then the police chief is actually holding a press conference right now. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I know where this is in Ohio, and it's a very, very small town. To get 20,000 of these motherfuckers into this town is nuts to me, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you operate. Now, if you're a Haitian migrant and you get dropped off at 2 a.m. in one of these fucking cities, yeah, dude, you're hungry. You don't have a place to go. You're going to go to the park and eat some fucking ducks. That's just going to happen. You're going to grab your neighbor's cat. You're going to grab a turtle, rip the shell off, and eat that fucking weird meat inside there.
I'm told that turtle meat is not bad. Now, I'm not poor, so I would never know. Right?
Did they eat that turtle that they ripped open in
Turtle?
half? Yeah.
Turtle was not eaten, unfortunately.
Not only did he not eat turtle, he used 0 parts of the turtle.
Now, let me ask you this. Is it like shellfish where you have to leave it closed and cook it closed, otherwise it goes bad?
Yeah, how does that work?
You do cook it close. Actually, I don't know if you remember this. It's one of my favorite moments of reality television ever. On Man vs. Wild or whatever, the one with Bear Grylls. At one point on a show, just to prove how to survive, he just grabs a random turtle and just fucking murders it and cooks it over a fire and eats it. And PETA got really upset because they were like, you didn't need to stab that turtle. Like, your cameramen have Cliff Bars. Why'd you do that? But he just I think he slit the turtle's throat. I mean, just live on TV. It's just like, oh yeah, we got a turtle right here. Just
No way.
Good meal.
With
yeah.
a knife?
Yeah. He just fucking stabbed the shit out of that thing.
No shit.
Well,
what is
what
it,
el-
like a slit like this, like across the
He
neck?
took him to an Italian restaurant, sat him down. He went to the bathroom and he came back, and he had fucking piano wire.
Oh, that'd be great. Choke him
Right?
out, dude.
Fuck
Yeah.
that turtle up. I don't know how you kill a turtle. I'm not poor. so
Piano
I've never had
wire
to
is
do this.
great. I think piano wire is a great idea. I
Yeah.
think that head would come clean off.
It's not, I mean, they have really thick skin, I'll say that.
I know you can't show it, but here he is just stabbing it.
Oh, is it
For
Bear
for them to
Grylls?
see. Yeah.
No shit.
Did he
just like-
fucking piss inside the shell and then drink it 2 days later?
Probably. He's like, all right, look, it's in there. It's not coming out, of course. So
Oh
I'm
my
just gonna
God,
have to handle this here real quick. And
Oh boy. Jesus. That's intense, man. That is intense. We can't show that, huh? Oh, Discovery
TV,
Channel will bring
yeah,
us?
yeah.
Yeah.
Boo!
We'll get nuked.
YouTube sucks, man. And then another update regarding Springfield here. So the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, says he will send law enforcement and millions of dollars in health care and resources to the city of Springfield as it faces this surge in temporary Haitian migrants. What does that mean, temporary? Where else are they going?
I don't know what he means
Home?
by that.
Are they going to ship them back to fucking Haiti? Because that's what should happen here.
I think we should probably just nuke that place.
Yes.
And then, as a matter of fact, I think we should start nuking all kinds of places.
Who else you got on that? I got Haiti on that list.
Afghanistan,
Yep.
nuked. Iran, nuked.
Yep.
Not a fan of Canada right now.
Me neither.
But I don't want the fallout.
I don't
So-
need to. But I don't. Do you ever need to go to Canada?
No.
Me neither.
No, Canada's pointless. And it always has been. Let's see.
Syria,
Yeah, Syria, Lebanon.
Turkey, Gaza.
No, Turkey's fine. You know what the word Gaza means, by the way? A Gazan. Do you know what that was?
No.
It was a guy. It was a human being who fought to expand the Islamic Empire. That's what Gaza means. So it's like a non-holy version of jihad. Just war to expand the Islamic Empire. For some reason, that's the name they chose for themselves.
Well, look, it's all they do over there.
It's kind of shocking because it's, after all, the religion of peace.
Sure.
So
it's a little on the nose for me, but Republican Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said Tuesday he doesn't oppose the temporary protected status program under which the 20,000 migrants have arrived in the city since 2020, but said the federal government must do more to help impacted communities. So they're going to give $2.5 million to the city, and then a shit ton of police here. Help me out here. Why are we not just launching these motherfuckers back to where they came from?
Yeah, that's you give me $2 million and I'll make that problem go away.
Yes. I don't understand. So, but if you're just looking at a simple budget of $2.5 million.
Yeah, I just need one weekend.
That's it.
$2.5 million. I'm going to go deputize some people, and we're going to play whack-a-mole.
It's like Tombstone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why spend all this money? Why ruin a community? Why ruin your states when you could just simply put these motherfuckers back on buses or planes back to their country? It's going to be cheaper than $2.5 million. I can promise you that. Mm-hmm. There's still an airport down there in Port-au-Prince. So why stop this? I don't really understand. The other thing that I don't get regarding Springfield, Ohio, in this Haitian story, why is it Haitians and why this city?
Well, it's one of those, I don't know what they call it. There's a phrase for it in immigration, but it's a compassionate something or other. But when they have migrants from one place or another, it doesn't really matter where they're from, what country they're coming in from. When they have a mass group that they have to quote unquote resettle, which is what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
They pick a place that needs low income workers typically, right? This one though doesn't make any sense. A town of 55,000 and you drop 20,000 more people into it all at the same time is very bizarre. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite so weird as that.
And the other part about this, and again, I know this town, there isn't enough jobs there. There's not enough stuff in town. It's not like it's this booming, massive city where, maybe you could drop them off in fucking LA or Atlanta or somewhere like that. I don't know where you would work. So what's the win-win here for the government? I don't get it.
I mean, they should have dropped them off in Martha's Vineyard. I'm sure there's a lot of cars that need washing and
Tons.
shit like that. For real.
Yes.
A place like that where, again, this is what I talked about last week, but we're talking about feudalism. Or no, it was Monday, I guess. God, it seems like forever ago. We're talking about feudalism, basically, right? You're bringing in poor people to be low-income servants for wealthier people, right? We've never done it for the middle class before. Because it erodes the middle class. Because the middle class isn't just people that make 50 to 100,000 a year. It's people who make 10 to 100,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
And you, as you get older, move farther up that chain. So the bottom half of the middle class gets wiped out, right? And what happens when the foundation of something goes away? It crumbles. I've never seen anything like this before. It's very bizarre. There's no economic basis for doing so. The only one that we can see is Rome, where they had to abolish slavery for a while, right? Not because they wanted to out of any moral reason, but because the slaves were taking all of the work, and the plebs had no work left to do, and they were all poor, and they started turning into violent assholes, right?
Which is what's happening here.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen here. And then there will be infighting amongst the pleb classes, right? The in and out class, whatever. The citizen class and the non-citizen class is probably what it'll end up being. And people are going to start taking this shit into their own hands.
Yeah, I'm surprised the governor hasn't. Get him out. I'd say, hey, we're getting on a bus and getting the fuck out of here. I'm not a big fan of our governor down here. Wheelchair Greg Abbott, but he's shipping these motherfuckers off to other places. I'm surprised that a Republican governor in Ohio isn't doing the same. Is he on the ballot this fall for re-election?
For the repubes?
Who, Mike DeWine?
Yeah.
Well, he's 77. Even if he is up. I don't know if he's running again, but he came into office in 2019. So
Yeah.
that would put him potentially, if he's running again, up. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, man. I mean, it seems simple. You're just going to waste $2.5 million and then all these police resources on these fucking shitbirds. Just get them out of there.
Check it out. What if they don't want them to leave?
Who?
Anyone in Ohio.
Who's the they? You mean like the citizens?
Republicans, Democrats, whatever.
But what's the benefit of having them
that's what Gaza and the West Bank are. Like, everybody's perfectly happy to keep them there, except for Israel. They don't want them there, right? But the entire Middle East is perfectly happy keeping them there because it goads Israel all the time.
Right.
So you have to ask the question, what exactly is it that's happening in Springfield, Ohio, that's a benefit, and to whom, right? Mm-hmm. Cui bono, we always ask that. Difficult to surmise, honestly. I don't understand.
Springfield, Ohio has bled about 30,000 in population since 1960.
Yeah, because there's no jobs. Like, for real, it is a very small town, and when there isn't work, you leave. Same thing happened to Youngstown, Ohio, too, which is another spot. It used to be, still is, kind of a mob spot up there. But eventually, when there isn't enough jobs, the people leave. And so this is what's so confusing to me is, like, there isn't jobs for these fucking people there. A bigger city, sure.
Also, Ohio has had last year was their first population increase in 3 years.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So you might then start to see why a Republican or a Democrat, whomever is in charge of collecting tax revenue, might want more people
you're
in
talking
their
about
state.
for tax purposes, but if they're undocumented, they're not paying taxes anyways.
I'm not sure that a lot of these Haitians are undocumented. Are they illegal
No,
immigrants?
these are people these aren't parolees. These are people that were brought here by the U.S. government.
So they're
legal.
Social Security and all that other stuff. They're legal.
They would have an alien number. I don't think you would get a Social Security number until you're a green card holder. So they're not permanent residents.
Yeah, as far as I recall, they were not illegal immigrants overwhelmingly.
Yeah,
and if and again, just knowing Ohio the way I do, like if you're traveling through the states, Columbus is a huge booming city. Cleveland is Cleveland. It's a strange town. Cincinnati is a lot smaller than people think it is. Then you got Toledo, not great, up in Toledo, and then the rest of it's kind of like farm towns. Chappelle's got where's he? Yellow Springs, I think.
Yeah.
So and that's a super tiny town. Dayton's tiny, Akron's tiny, all this other shit. So like, as far as jobs go in Ohio, besides Columbus, I don't really know where you would go that's got a big booming.
Well, they're building
community.
a chip manufacturing plant somewhere around there, Bob. I don't know what city it's in, but I think it's IBM building a chip manufacturing plant.
Oh, I heard
Ohio.
about that.
But I don't know what city it's in. But I also don't know what a bunch of Haitians are going to do there. You can't eat the chips. It's not that kind of chip.
No, it's not. It's not. And are the chips made of pets?
No, it's made of like fiberglass and cobalt and lithium and gold.
Okay, well that's not fun to eat.
Well, you don't know that.
I want to eat Jenny's cat. That's all I want to eat. I want mittens, dude.
Mittens, yeah.
Yeah, throw me some mittens for all of these kittens, okay? But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here, but it seems like a gigantic waste of money. Just get them the fuck out of there for $2.5 million. I don't really understand. Next up, NYPD boss resigns. New York City Police Commissioner Edward Caban, or Caban, perhaps, is resigned days after federal agents raided his home, his brothers, and other city officials and seized their electronic devices. In a resignation letter shared with Fox News, Caban, let's call him Caban because it sounds fancier, wrote that rank and file officers deserved leadership without distractions. I have therefore decided it is in the best interests of the department that I resign as commissioner, he told Fox News through his attorneys. After 30 years of service to this city, I hold immense respect and gratitude for its brave officers and must put their interests before my own. I believe firmly in the vital role of leaders with integrity, who, by example, demonstrate the difference between right and wrong every day. I will continue to cooperate fully with the ongoing investigation.
Now, there's some other investigation. He's the commissioner. I think there was another guy who resigned as well it's the same federal probe, but they're all being investigated for different shit, which is never a good sign.
No.
It's never a good sign that you're part of the same federal case, but you're all being investigated for different things, because that means literally everybody is corrupt.
Yes.
Right? And has been for some amount of time. Corruption doesn't happen overnight like that. It builds slowly, day by day, with a little handshake here, a wink and a nod there, and people who rise through the ranks and are okay with that. Most of my friends, except for I think maybe 2 that are NYPD, have all left for that exact reason, because it's fucked.
Yep.
Not only is it fucked there, like corruption wise, but when somebody does get into an altercation, they never go to the mat for you. And it's a dangerous city. They're just dumping illegal immigrants into it.
Crime is up like 60%
Yeah,
in New York
it's
City.
fucked. It's up everywhere, by the way. We'll talk about what crime numbers really are here in a minute.
Okay.
After we talk about how David Muir is a piece of shit. But yeah, this is about as bad as it gets. It's the largest city in the United States, and the entire command structure of policing, including the mayor, are all under investigation for corruption right now.
And what was the mayor's job before being mayor?
I believe he was a captain.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Sure was. And if you're going to tell me he's not involved in all this shit,
Sure, yeah. I mean, he at least knows about it.
fuck yeah.
Which is involvement, because you can appoint and fire the commissioner as mayor.
Uh-huh. So he says, this is Eric Adams, Mayor Eric Adams up there. This is the best decision at this time. I respect his decision, and I wish him well. And they said, we've been informed by the government that he is not a target for any investigation being conducted by the Southern District of New York, and expects to cooperate fully with the government. Sources also told Fox News that, let's go with Caban. I like Caban. It sounds fancier.
Yeah.
Caban's twin brother, James,
Oh, boy.
was also under investigation in connection with his nightlife consulting business.
Oh, that's so it wasn't another cop. It was his brother, who's also, there's a nightclub thing where they've been apparently funneling money into. And it might be the same kind of scam. I don't know if you remember that, but the BLM New York woman that hired her brother
Oh, yeah.
for her security director.
And he was making
BLM.
$400K.
$850,000 a year. And he was a bouncer at a fucking bar in New York, which is, there's probably 10 or 15,000 bouncers at bars in New York.
Yes.
Based on shift work and the amount of bars there's probably 10 or 15,000.
That's a ton, man.
And none of them are making $850,000 a year.
No. Bob, bring up the Cabans here. I got to know if they're identical.
Cabin?
Is it Cabin?
I have no idea.
Is it Cabin or Caban, dude?
Just,
It's spelled Caban.
I'm just,
I don't live there
we
anymore.
teach
so.
the controversy here.
We sure do.
We'll teach creationism.
Yep. I got to
Whatever
know if
the
these
other one is.
fuckers are twins, dude. Are they twins? Oh, look at that dirtbag.
He looks like the villain in every fucking movie about shitty cops.
No way. Look at these fucking guys, dude. Is that identical or fraternal? What do you think?
It's identical.
Is that Daft Punk in the middle?
No, it's just a black box over the dude's head. I think,
It is. Okay.
Yeah, it might be a cuck thing. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not real sure what's happening there where you put a guy's head in a box. But why is he blacked out? Why has he got a fucking black?
Maybe they just didn't want to, injure the man's reputation for being
hanging out with the Cabans, dude.
Yeah, it's like
Or the cabins.
like catching strays.
Who is that, Bob?
I mean, how many people caught strays for having pictures with Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah.
Oh shit, dude. Luckily, not me. What do we got here? Who's behind the black box there for this gentleman?
No idea.
The whole reason they blocked out his face is so you don't know.
But it's got to say something. Like, was this a criminal, a rapist, a punter in the NSL?
Like in a police office. It's just a third guy who they took the face out.
Hey,
of.
Bob, it's a goddamn news show, okay? We're cracking the code. Who is it?
Did you ever find out where the chips are being manufactured in Ohio?
New Albany, which is kind of outside Columbus.
And how far away is that from
About an hour.
Springfield?
Yeah, about 40.
So Springfield is kind of like an exurb of Dayton. It's
It
a
is,
little
yeah.
bit outside
God,
of Dayton.
you know what should be allowed to just die?
What's up?
Dayton. What the fuck even happens there?
Nothing.
We have friends there.
There's a school there.
I want them to live somewhere better.
I think like 4 of my cousins went to Dayton.
We've got a bunch of friends on Dayton's police force.
Gary, you're from. Did you go to Dayton originally?
Yeah, he's from Dayton.
What was your? Hop on the mic real quick, and then we'll talk about street guns this week. But you're from right around there. You went to school with my cousin Greg.
Hurry up.
Yeah. Look at you, dude. Fucking wide open shirt. You stink.
Dude, she literally moved across the room because I smell so fucking bad.
And your shower got fixed.
Yeah,
correct?
and she also drew a really weird looking dick that we might talk about when she comes on the show.
Really?
But yeah, it was weird.
Good for her. Yeah, we'll bring her up for drinking.
You got to wonder what kind of dick she's seen in her life to be drawing shit like that.
You married?
Honest.
Do I smoke?
No,
that
she's
bad?
just drawing dick. Oh boy, look at you guys. Yeah, you just got your shower fixed, Gabriel. So where are you from? Are you from Dayton?
From Centerville, suburb of Dayton. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I'm sorry, a suburb of Dayton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Dayton, there's like 12 people in Dayton. How can it be a suburb?
How big was the high school? Because you went to high school. My cousin Greg. How big was that high school?
It was pretty big, 3,000 something.
Oh, shit.
People.
Dayton-
that's a big
Big
school.
football school. Mike Nugent, AJ Hawk.
Motor City
Hawk. Oh, yeah,
Madman.
AJ Hawk did go there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Motor City Madman. Mike Nugent went there, dude. He
Yeah.
was the kicker for Ohio State.
I almost got kicked out of school, actually, and they sent me to the secondary school, which is called the School of Possibilities for all the rejects.
I don't. You know what? You know what word is doing absolutely no work in that sentence is actually.
Yeah.
Because not one motherfucker on earth is surprised.
No
that
one.
you almost got kicked out of school.
No one. Not one of us is surprised.
Gary, choose let's be efficient with the words, all right, bud. Use the ones that make sense, and then skip over the rest.
Yeah.
Who gives
We don't
a
have time.
shit?
We're working on a word counter here.
We
As a matter
are.
of fact, I'm going to get you one of those little clickers, and you get 100 words a day.
That's it. And then once you hit the hundo,
You got to start doing sign language, bitch.
yep, for the rest of the day.
All
Okay.
right, well, I'll just constantly be recording episodes of Street Gonzo. Look at that
There
fucking
it
transition,
is.
boys.
Perfect. Where are you tomorrow?
Wait, there's 136,000 people in Dayton. You don't get a suburb.
Yeah, you get a suburb.
What
No.
are you talking about?
No.
Springfield, where they're eating cats, is a suburb of Dayton.
No, it's not. It's 50,000 people in a shithole. That's not a suburb.
That's exactly what suburbs of Dayton are.
No.
How much do I have to pay you to go to Springfield and eat a duck out of the pond?
$50.
Great.
Oh, boy.
I'm in.
Let's do it.
Is
I
it,
mean, they're
wait,
like swimwear, Delco.
you know what we haven't actually established yet? Maybe we should send you to Springfield to interview some of these Haitians.
Oh, that'd be
But-
great.
However, let's
That would rock,
stay
actually.
stay on subject here. Is it illegal to capture geese and ducks and kill them and eat them?
I don't.
Because we've been joking about doing it for a long time. Like, hey, the ducks are free. Just take one. I know butchering an animal in public is illegal. It would be cruelty to animals if you don't do it the right way. And if you do it the right way, you have to do it in a, what do you call it? A sterile environment.
So Central Park, I know it. I think it is.
That's a city ordinance, though.
right.
From what I've seen, it's a misdemeanor in most places. I guess probably depending on how you kill it. Like, you probably can't walk into a park and start blasting your shotgun at ducks.
No, you can't fire a weapon in city limits, but if you just walk up with a katana, slice that motherfucker's head off.
Yeah.
Hey, I got
You got to turn that mic on.
I got a theoretical situation that may or may not have happened. What
Okay.
if somebody had a 2003 red Ford Focus when they were just graduated high school and used to run over all the geese in their neighborhood, Canadian geese? Is that illegal?
Only in Canada.
Only in Canada. Yeah, I think you're good in America because they're
I mean, you're going to go to hell, but
Yeah.
They're
Why?
not protected?
No.
Why am I going to hell? What are
I
you
don't think
talking
they're
about?
protected.
you can't just kill living creatures for
Well,
no
I
reason.
fucking did.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to go to hell as a result.
Gary, we all know where you're
I'm not
going.
saying that the physical laws of the universe prevent you from doing it. What I'm saying is there will be consequences.
You'll be looking up at us soon, like probably 2-3 years. Where are you at tomorrow, by the way,
Okay,
for Street
so-
Gonzo?
You sent us to Atlanta
I
to
did.
cover Dragon Con.
That's right. So is
And-
that this week? Dan and I have been on the road separately and away from you guys because the last video I saw that you sent me was you jumped into it looked like
In Vegas. Yes.
the river, the Venetian, inside the
I-
hotel where the gondolas are?
Can I clarify a few things?
Sure.
Okay, so we went on tour. We went to Chicago.
Yep.
Asked about gun violence, the South Side.
Great episode.
Hot dogs.
Yep.
That's out right now. Go check that out
Yep.
after the live streams over here. And then we went to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, we did Dragon Con and I interviewed probably close to 100 people. I interviewed so many fucking people that we don't have the episode done yet. It's on me. We'd been up for 3 days taking speed trying to get this fucking thing done for you guys.
Sure.
And I really do smell like shit.
Yeah, you do.
It's pretty bad. I can smell myself. And then after that, we went to Detroit. We went to Ann Arbor with y'all. Had a good time over there. We went to Detroit. And
Can you confirm Ann Arbor is beat?
is beat.
Yeah, like the talent pool is
The girls.
It's
The girls.
like-
Talking about the girls.
Dan, here's the thing. You're probably right about that. I heard you say that earlier, but the spectrum with which I'm using as relativity here is Detroit.
Yeah.
When I was there, so like
Yeah.
I don't know what else is in that area.
Yeah, not a lot.
I mean, if you compare it to like UT Austin,
It's a university campus, man. There's no reason that there wouldn't be hot girls there.
Yeah.
It's just very bizarre.
So is the episode coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, so Atlanta's
great.
going to be out tomorrow, 5
Okay.
p.m.
All right.
But I just want everybody to know because people were asking me if Vegas was out, and it's not. So we went to Detroit, and then we went to Vegas, and Vegas is, I can wholeheartedly say, it is the most unhinged, insane, illegal, and out of control video I've ever recorded in my life.
I can't believe you didn't get arrested jumping in the fucking river at the Venetian.
I also pissed on a cop car in the middle of the strip.
Well, put that in the video.
And I also relapsed. So if you guys want to watch something,
It's not a relapse
that
when you decide to go get
explains
fucking
why
hammered.
I should not be drinking.
Yeah.
Or doing mushrooms or speed or mixing steroids in. I did it all, and you'll see. Like it's awesome. It's really great. So,
I'm
but
looking
that's-
forward to it. It's
but
one of my
tomorrow's
favorite
Atlanta.
shows. 5 p.m. Central on our YouTube channel. Street Gonzo. Check it out now. We also posted on our Twitter feed. That'll bring us to our title sponsor here for the show, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. It's all 50% off.
If you're gonna die from an OD and meth and Anavar, which is apparently what he was on all weekend,
Yeah.
do it on Ghostbed.
Do it on a GhostBed from ghostbed.com/drinking bros. It's half off. It's like the Ducks in Ohio's heads.
The price, not the mattress. You'll get a full mattress.
You'll get a full mattress.
I just want to make that clear because we've had questions about that in the past. Like, no, they're not
Yeah.
going to send you half a fucking mattress.
Or half a pillow,
No.
or just like a sheet cut in half.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that.
Maybe a
but
sheet with the eye holes cut out in it.
Yeah, and that's on you. You know, bring your own scissors there to that party, depending upon which town you live in, or whatever rally you're going to.
Try it in a small town.
Ghostbed's going to love this one. Finest mattresses in the land. It's all 50% off. Promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. Also at checkout, you're going to see a 3-year pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit over there. Stretch out those payments for 3 years, dog. Be about $40-45 a month for a brand new bedroom set. Let's face it, we're paying that for these bullshit streaming apps right now. You're good, dude. You need a good night's sleep. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Next up, David Muir is a real piece of shit. Man, I have not been this angry in a long time. We were watching that fucking debate. Holy shit.
Yeah, he's a cunt.
So, a CNN panel clashed on Wednesday after a Democratic guest suggested the ABC News presidential debate moderators were harsher on former Presidents Trump than Vice President Kamala Harris. I will say this when I rewatched it. I will give you guys that some of the questions they asked and came back at the president were harsher. More than one thing can be true at the same time, Nina Turner said, a former Democratic state senator from Ohio. Shit, I didn't know it was Nina Turner who said that. She's pretty fucking liberal. She joined CNN host Abby Phillip, political commentator Scott Jennings, and former Trump advisor Brian Lanza on Wednesday to discuss Trump and Harris's debate performances. Phillip pushed back and asked Turner to be specific about which moments she believed the moderators treated the two candidates differently. The fact about her ethnicity question, I think that's why you keep bringing that up. You know, pressing Trump on that Project 2025. Look, the man said he has nothing to do with it. We can debate whether he has something to do with it or not. On the fracking question to the vice president, and this is me as a liberator, she in 2019, when she was running, said fracking we're going to do away with. You can't say you're going to do away with it, and they had her dead on right with that. What you can say is the candidates in 2019, and I'm not in 2020, and you know what? I've changed my mind.
What Nina Turner is saying is what a lot of people, what CNN's been talking about a lot recently, actually, but a lot of normal people as well. It's perfectly reasonable to evolve on an issue and to say that. Like, I don't believe that anymore. It's very easy to get away with too. All you got to do is say, I talked to experts about this, about the jobs we would lose and blah, 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 whatever other reasons you need to put in there. But like, what I said was a bad idea, and now I have a better idea. That's a reasonable thing to say and a reasonable position to hold. But that's not what they do. They just say, oh, I never said that.
Yep.
Fucking never said that. And now even Nina Turner is not a blue dog Democrat. You know what I mean? She is a full-on fucking lunatic liberal.
Yeah.
So it's like she's calling it out, and I think they're getting scared that they're going to lose because of this bullshit. To be honest, which is why they're calling it out and everything. Lanza and Jennings both jumped in and said that it wasn't true that she just reversed her position all the way back in 2020. She's made multiple statements, including the Green New fucking deal, right?
Yeah.
Or excuse me, the Inflation Reduction Act.
Right.
It's like, come on. The reality is this. About the entire debate, though, this is just one subset of it, and we'll talk about more about the crime part that they completely lied about the entire time. But during the debate, Trump was fact-checked live 30 times. Kamala Harris was fact-checked one time, despite somebody has a lie counter on Twitter that you can count. Way more of the stuff she said was inaccurate than what he said, especially the stuff about crime. It's just not true. Crime is up. People are, in fact, eating pets. Like, all this stuff is true. Most of the stuff that Trump said was actually accurate.
Yeah, I mean, look, you and I watched it. We covered it. And thank you for everybody who tuned in. We had, between YouTube and Twitter, I think 100,000 people, and it was awesome. But the frustration for every fucking comment, David Muir would fact-check him with something. Finally, Trump, even regarding the Springfield, Ohio thing, said, hey, why don't you go down there and do a story on it? Mm-hmm. Why don't you go down and actually do a fucking story on it? And he goes, you're good at it. You're good at your job. Go down there and do a fucking story on it. You say you called the city manager. How do we have any real facts that actually happened?
Well, here's the problem with calling the city manager of Springfield, Ohio. So the Biden administration they gave temporary protected status to 309,000 more Haitian immigrants earlier this year. Those are the ones that moved into Springfield, or earlier last year. Those are the ones who moved into Springfield. The mayor has actually made multiple trips to Haiti to meet with people before they come over here. He's been part of this. He and the entire city council are getting financial kickbacks, basically, to bring these motherfuckers in. And the kickbacks mostly come in the form of just more funding for the town. Mm-hmm. So they've done this to their residents. They've done this. They went on a trip down to Haiti. They looked around at people drinking battery acid and eating cats right off the stick. And like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Let's do it.
Bring them on up.
Bring them on up. And that's why you haven't heard a goddamn thing from them. And when Muir, he knows all this stuff. He knows it intellectually. He knows it because he follows the news. Still will say that this guy is some kind of fucking authority figure to listen to on that subject. No, he is clearly compromised. And I don't mean in the political sense. He's trying, and fair enough, he's trying to keep his city alive. He's a mayor. Maybe he's got a fiduciary responsibility to some degree to do that for the people of Springfield, Ohio. But you also have to take responsibility when you bring cannibals into the fucking building. Sorry, bud.
Are they eating people?
Have you know that they do eat people in Haiti?
Yeah, there was a report of barbecue eating people.
No.
We showed the video.
Not just him. It's a common practice in voodoo to be cannibals.
Yeah, we showed the video on Patreon. I think it got taken down.
I'm telling you, my people, my guys, my unit was deployed there in 2010 after that earthquake.
But are we breaking that news on Springfield?
No. I haven't heard anything about Springfield specifically yet.
We're talking about Haiti. Haiti itself. Yes.
I'm talking
not Springfield, Ohio.
If you go to Port-au-Prince and the surrounding neighborhoods in that area. The north is actually not bad. Lachka or whatever, Lach something or other. It's not bad up there, but the city is fucked. And yeah, they eat people. It's voodoo. They eat people. They eat cats to get their energy and shit. It's fucking like that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, well, we can't show it here, but if you want to pop up barbecue when he put that human in the fire and then ate him right off the thing, like it was on Twitter. I know that our Patreon video got shut down even for that because they were like, hey, you can't show eating a dead body. But he went for the leg in that video, which was interesting.
Good meat on the leg.
On the calf, you go to Twitter, Bob, you can find the video pretty quickly down there. But yeah, as far as David Muir and Lindsay Davis in this fucking thing, like, what a crock of shit the whole thing was. Mm-hmm. There was no policy. There was no nothing. Oh, you found it. There it is. I don't think we can play it because we got nuked on the other thing.
This is overcooked.
Yeah,
They're
but to be
eating
fair,
this?
It's an overcooked human right there.
Bob, there was, I think you'll probably remember this. There was some dude, I think it was just some homeless person. I don't know if we know what their ethnicity
Yeah, in California,
or
right?
nationality is. Yeah, but it was like a train wreck or something, and he just picked a leg up and walked off with it and was chewing on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was probably just a dude on fentanyl, to be honest. I don't know that it was an illegal immigrant necessarily.
Yeah, who knows? But as far as what ABC did and David Muir did, were people smart enough to understand what was going on there? Because, I mean, they just kept leading her. It was like they were holding her hand the entire night just to get through the debate. Nothing really about policy. You and I had chatted about this on the show, too, where you dropped on your website the day before the debate what your hopes and dreams were going to do. Finally, Trump had enough and was just like, hey, dude, these are hopes and dreams. There's nothing in there that specifically says what you're actually going to do. It's all this party of joy and everything else where it's like there was no substance to any of it. And for them to go out of the way to fact check it, Ari, the guy from Ari Fleischer, who big repute back in the day, said...
Yeah, it was one of Bush's press secretaries.
Yes. He said that ABC was making a huge mistake, just proving how biased they are. Look, that was... A lot of the talking points on Twitter afterwards were that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Susan B. Anthony Foundation for Pro-Life, which I didn't know was a thing, to be frank, but put out a statement and a mini report fact-checking the whole thing about post-birth abortion is 100% happening. There's evidence that it's happening in multiple states in the country right now.
Did you say it was 6 states or something like that?
6 states where late-term abortion is legal. Right, and there's actually there's been a big up over the weekend. I'm sorry, since Tuesday rather. I keep forgetting we're in the middle of the week here. Since Tuesday, there have been a bunch of people on Twitter posting stuff and TikTok posting stuff where they call. They're doing man on the street stuff, right?
Yep.
Do you think that you can get a late-term abortion? No, that's not even legal. That's fake news. It's whatever. Trump's lying. All right, cool. I'm going to call an abortion clinic right now and ask them. Hey, and the woman said, I'm 34 weeks pregnant, and I think the kid might have Down syndrome. Can I come get an abortion? And the lady's like, yeah, you just got to fill out an intake form. Yeah. And she's like, oh, no, it's not real. It's like, I just fucking called him right in front of you. It's definitely real. 6 states, it's legal to get an abortion up until the moment that baby pops out.
So
the end. And then the stuff that Trump's talking about with post-birth abortion is basically death caused by neglect, right? Like this baby isn't going to make it, so we're just going to fucking let them sit there on the rack until they die.
In the hot car.
Right? That's essentially what it is. It's 100% happening. It's provable that it's happening. And so, but it's also provable that Charlottesville shit's not real, and they're still saying that. Muir didn't say a goddamn word about that when she brought that shit up.
No. So Project 2025, which he has no idea what the fuck that is, nor are they running on any of that. Didn't fact check that at all. When she said it over and over and over again. The one that pissed me off the most was when he was talking about crime. So Trump said his exact quote, and I'll read it here, was during this debate, was crime in this country is through the roof. And then Muir quickly popped in and said, President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is coming down in this country.
Cool. So we'll just go to the next story then. Crime's way up.
Yeah.
Everywhere. In Tuesday night's 3-on-1 debate, the ABC News moderators used misleading crime data from the FBI to fact check. Trump, who is usually right about this sort of thing in a roundabout way, was right about this as well. So Kamala Harris and her accomplices in the media would have you believe that violent crime is down to a 50-year low in America. I'd look around. Does it fucking feel like it? Major retailers are closing in cities. They're moving their stores out of cities because of the crime. And you're going to try to get me to believe that there's a 50-year low for crime? Like, fuck off, dude. The reality is this. The only thing at a 50-year low is the integrity of violent crime data. So less than a year after taking office, Biden-Harris administration had the FBI dismantle the longstanding crime reporting system, replacing it with a 2021 version that's woke now, right? They literally put in a DEI/CRT system of reporting now.
Yes.
An equity-based reporting. And you can imagine how fucking accurate that is. As a result, about 6,000 law enforcement agencies nationwide aren't providing any data at all anymore. And these are fucking black and brown neighborhoods where most of the crime is happening.
Yeah.
They're not reporting data anymore because it's racist. It's racist to point out that black and brown people are committing more crimes than white people. It's just science, data, math, whatever the fuck, but it's racist. So based on this metric of equity, you can't say it out loud. 25% of the country's crime data is no longer being reported.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It's a fucking fact that 25% is not even being reported anymore. It's a deliberate underreporting. It's called juking the stats or skewing statistics, but juking the stats is what cops say. Democrat-controlled cities all over the country, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, 52% in New York, 52% of their violent felony cases have been downgraded to misdemeanors.
Yeah. Because it's overrun and the system's overrun, and if they actually prosecute and have to do all this shit, there's no way.
Yep. And then another thing they're doing is offering pretrial intervention or PTI to more people for violent crimes. Usually it's only for like minor drug offenses. They're doing it for violent crimes now, where they give the person a citation and they never report the violent crime. So instead of like assault, it's disturbing the peace, right?
Yep.
And they do PTI and then they go back out and do it all over again. The manipulation alone could account for about 50% of the reported drop in violent crimes in big cities. And then, of course, something we've talked about for years now are the 70 prosecutors that were funded by George Soros. This is not a conspiracy theory. Alvin Bragg is one of them. Fannie Willis is another one. They were fucking hired. Their campaigns were paid for by George Soros' foundation. And they represent 72 million people in America, those prosecutors and district attorney. And 25 of the 50 most populous cities and counties in the country, Soros's people are there.
Yeah.
Doing the equity. They're doing the equity-based reporting now. So yeah, crime is up. I actually got a message while we were doing the live watch during the debate, and when those dumb started saying that shit, a friend of mine who's a fucking prosecutor, like a legit prosecutor, was like, "Yeah, they're full of shit. Crime is literally up everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like everywhere you go." And again, just to be clear, there's 6 states where late-term abortion is still illegal, or still very legal. It's right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Minnesota's one of them. Right? If you're in Minnesota right now, just do the test for yourself. You don't have to believe me. Call an abortion clinic. Tell them that you're fucking 33 weeks pregnant and see if they'll give you an abortion. They will say yes because that's the law there. And it's not a fucking conspiracy theory either. This is just
Tim
fucking
Walz's
facts.
States.
Yeah.
But that's what they do that's what this administration's done is they've changed everything. They changed the rules on inflation.
Oh, yeah. Inflation doesn't include, volatile energy and food costs anymore. Oh, you mean the shit people need to stay alive, fuckface?
The actual shit? Yeah. So that's out. Crime stats. Well, all right, cool. How do you skew these numbers? Well, let's take out certain races. It's all fucking bullshit. The question is, are people going to be smart enough to see through what has been going on for the last 4 years? Even this fucking debate. Are people going to be smart enough to see what is happening, that they're just installing another fucking puppet after a fucking dead puppet?
Yeah.
That's what I wonder. Like, because to me, and you and I travel a lot, all over the fucking country, man, and we meet people everywhere.
Yeah.
Of all fucking races. Gary, for Christ's sakes, meets a shit ton of people all the time out doing the street gonzo shit.
Yeah,
like,
we were hanging out with a dude in at Michigan, the Victors Nation. He's got a Michigan football podcast. That's the name of it.
Oh, yeah, he
Nation.
rocks.
Yeah, that dude was awesome.
Yeah.
So if you like Michigan football, go check out his podcast. It's really good. But anyways, yeah, we like here's what's happening and here's what's not happening. We go out on the road and meet with everybody, like races.
Yeah, that black dude.
Gaylords, everything.
That podcast.
We meet nobody hates each other.
No.
None of that shit. And then we walk into fucking CVS and major cities and everything is behind a fucking wall now.
Everything.
So all this racist bullshit that they tell you is going on is bullshit. It's a lie. It's not happening anywhere. It's never happening anywhere. It's all made up. And then when you go to fucking Walgreens, the fucking deodorant is locked up. Because people will just walk in and steal it because the crime is up as well. Jesus Christ. You would think like this stuff hits you pretty hard in your wallet.
Yep.
Or when you get inconvenienced or when you get fucking mugged. You know what I mean? I don't know how many white liberals I've heard make excuses for people that mugged them. And over the last 20 years, living in California especially. It's like, oh, that's just a different socioeconomic class. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to have a hole in their head if they come to my house. And they're like, oh, God, you care more about your stuff than their life? I'm like, no, they do. They cared more about my stuff than their own life. And that's why they're dead.
And in Beverly Hills in Los Angeles, towards the end of my run out there, they were telling you, hey,
just leave your car unlocked.
Yeah. And then the trunk open, too.
Yeah.
And then the glove compartment. And I was like, what? Why? And they were like, oh, people are breaking into cars and everything else. And I was like, well, what's that going to do? Oh, it'll save a busted window. It'll save, somebody trying to fucking carjack you, everything else. And it's like, cool, man. If I have to drive a base model of a vehicle and then leave all the shit open, all the doors open, the trunk open and everything else, it's not fucking great. And I don't want to live in that goddamn neighborhood.
Yeah.
But that's where we're headed. Even that Rite Aid thing that went viral the other day with Bert Kreischer when he posted that video, and it was trending.
There was nothing in that store. Dude.
Nothing in the store, one.
So weird.
Two, I checked a couple days later, and everybody was blaming the CEO of Rite Aid. They were like, oh, well, that's just poor management over there, and Rite Aid's been going down for years. It's not. No, we all need Rite Aid. We all need fucking CVS. We need all the pharmacies and all that other shit. It's everybody stealing. They're stealing fucking everything from the store, and they can't be profitable. So that's why the company's going downhill. It has nothing to do with management whatsoever. Rite Aid has never changed.
A company is something that takes a $1 investment and turns it into a $3 investment. That's a company, right? And you have your customer acquisition costs. You have cost of goods sold, COGS, as they're known. And then you have your ancillary costs as well. And if the number of money you're making is less, right, than the number it's costing you to make that money, then that's not a fucking business.
And then the other
motherfucker, you're not making money. Where do you think this shit comes from? Like, it's the same thing with NFL owners. People are like, oh, fucking, they're rich. They should just pay them. It's like, all right, cool, man. Really?
Yeah.
Like, just exhaust their entire fortune that they made to fucking so you can have a Super Bowl? Like, no, you got to make money, motherfucker.
At the end of the day, everybody's got to make money. So, yeah, dude, it's fucking insane. And you watch this shit happen in city after city, and then everybody makes excuses for it. No, man, people are stealing shit. The other part, too, with a lot of those stores out there that are shutting down in San Francisco and Chicago and everything else, is most of those store owners wanted to hire security. I said, hey, we want to hire security guards and everything else.
Yeah, but the law in California is you can't even pursue somebody anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, that's how California's always worked. Protect the criminal first. Yeah, I mean, I think we need to go back to Deadwood, Tombstone style. You called me what? Boom.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's got to be honorable. If he called you fucking a loser, evaluate your life. You might be a loser.
Could be.
But if he says you're a liar and you didn't lie, those are fighting words. Now you got to shoot him or whatever, right? We're still so far away from solving any of these problems. I don't know if we will, but we're so far away because there's still so many people that don't even admit that there's a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like homeboy's got a 40-pound goiter hanging off his head, and he's like, I don't have cancer. Fuck you, man. It's fake news.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, your house is on fire, bud.
Yep.
So good luck with all that.
And then everybody who's moved to Texas from California, and they're like, oh, we gotta vote for Kamala. We gotta get together and vote Democrat. I was like, you moved out of your fucking state with the best weather in the goddamn United States.
You picked up
of
your
America
entire life and family and moved out of there.
and moved here, and then you want the same policies to go back to your shithole state. Like, what the fuck?
You know what else behaves like that? A fucking virus.
It's a mind virus, according to Elon.
Well, it's according to Gad Saad, I believe, is the one that coined that phrase.
Okay.
He's a professor up in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't
very
exist
smart
to
guy.
me, dude. Get rid of it.
Well, he's a
Get rid of it.
Lebanese Jew by way of Canada.
I don't even know what
lot of stuff
any of
going
that
on.
means. Yeah, all of them are.
He wrote the Parasitic Mind, I believe, is the name of the book. It's very good.
Okay. I'll check it out right after I watch this fucking Bills-Dolphins game tonight. Our next sponsor is MyBookie.com. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Get off the couch and get into the action today with MyBookie.com. Use that promo code Drinkin' Bros to double up there, man. I crushed Derek Wolfe last week. I crushed his fucking soul, dude. I've been on fire. Because we usually do these on fake news. So tonight is the Bills at the Dolphins. It is Miami -2.5. I'm all in on Miami tonight. Who you going with? You're going with the Bills, right?
Yeah, I got the Bills. I just think Miami's a little banged up. They don't play well against the Bills, typically.
New team for the Bills this year.
They've lost like 4 out of the last 5 or 5 out of the last 6, I think, to the Bills. They got their numbers.
Can I give you an interesting stat on Miami that I didn't see during the NFL show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Tua is 16-17 in games where the weather is under 80 degrees and 17-3 where the weather is over 80 degrees.
Well,
What's the weather tonight?
86 degrees.
Yeah, it's in
Miami.
there.
Let's go.
Yeah, they're in Miami.
Let's go. I'm all in.
We also got a big outside the top 25 matchup
Tonight?
Tonight.
Oh, go ahead. Who do you got?
We got Arizona State versus Texas State.
Oh, actually, I love that.
town.
Where is it?
San Marcos.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Shit, dude. I want if that game was on Saturday, I would be there. I'm too
same
tired
here.
right now.
I know, I'm exhausted. We've been on the road for a while.
Texas State fucking parties, dude.
I know. We're trying to get in there.
It's
by
the
way.
best party school in this state, I think.
We've been meeting
is.
with them. We're trying to get Hard AF
They
Seltzer in
are
there.
now favored over Arizona
Yeah,
State.
we've met with their men's club or whatever. They don't have the Greek life there, I think, but they got.
No, they do. They
Oh, they
definitely
have
do.
it there too. Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys, just, I guess, skipped it, but we gave them a shit ton of booze one time.
Yeah, we're doing A&M party on Friday night. Texas A&M for Hard AF Seltzer. What's the spread on that game?
1.5. Your Texas State Bobcats are favored by 1.5.
I'm taking Arizona State, dude.
I'll
the
take
money line.
Texas.
Yeah, I'll take the money line on Arizona State. You're going to take Texas State?
Texas
tonight?
versus Arizona. Yeah, I'll always take Texas. I don't care who
Arizona
the teams
State,
are.
dude. Arizona
It's
State.
not a hot girl contest. It's a football game. Although Arizona State was okay last year, but I think they sucked this year.
No,
Honestly,
Arizona
Texas-
State's good this year. They're much better this year.
Who?
Yeah.
Arizona State's much better than they were last year.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
okay.
not good last year. Texas State, though, coming off an 8-5 year, much improved. They got McLeod from James Madison. Could be a big year.
They
could,
might end up
win
in the
Sun Belt.
Pac-12. To
That'd
be
be
honest,
fun.
Honestly, it's
we
a
talked about it before the
be
game,
fun.
before the show, rather. But they Pac-12 just negotiated with 4 teams.
Yep.
Boise,
Boise State.
San Jose, I think.
Fresno.
Fresno
No,
and
not
who-
San Jose.
Oh, not
Boise,
San Jose.
Fresno, Colorado State, and I don't remember the
Fuck, I
other
can't
one.
remember the other
But
one.
Texas State, maybe a dark
Texas State's
horse
a
to make the
sleeping giant.
playoff.
Yeah.
40,000 kids go there. Like it's in fucking Texas.
I know.
It's currently in the Fun Belt.
Yep.
It's a sleeping giant.
That's one of the fucking downstream effects of this NIL stuff, spreading the wealth out a little bit more. Is weird teams are going to come out of nowhere and become programs.
Yeah, dude. We want to get Hard AF Seltzer in there, so we've been chatting with those guys for a while.
It'd be
and,
nice to
trying
have
pull
a
it
good
off.
college football team, or another good college football team, because Texas is great too.
Yeah, so I think it'll go down. I think we'll be in the stadiums there next year. But plenty of stuff to bet on MyBookie.com. NFL all weekend, college football all weekend. We're finally off for a weekend here, so I'm going to do nothing but sit my sweet ass on the couch, gamble on all the games on MyBookie.com. No need for that promo code Drinkin' Bros for me this week. Daddy won about 1,200 last week, so let's fucking go. Head on over to mybookie.com today. Promo code Drinkin' Bros doubles that first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Next up, Biden turned MAGA for a little bit. Huh? That was fun.
He got confused.
Did he? We'll show it here. One of two things happened. A video of President Biden donning a Trump 2024 hat went viral across Twitter, with several shocked that the image was even real. Biden visited the Shanksville fire station Wednesday after participating in a wreath laying ceremony at the town's memorial site for the United Airlines Flight 93, one of the 4 flights hijacked by al-Qaeda terrorists on September 11th, 2001. A video of Biden at the station showed the president taking the Trump 2024 campaign hat from a Trump supporter and putting it on top of his own hat, and what the White House said was a friendly gesture of unity. The image of Biden wearing a Trump 2024 hat quickly took Twitter by storm, with many feeling the need to clarify the video was not fake. This is not AI. It's been confirmed by multiple outlets that it's not AI, and there's tons of live video feeds that have confirmed it. Radio host Calvin Reed said. We actually have the video here, and we'll play it. Go ahead.
I'll give you my presidential hat. Presidential seal on it.
You want to autograph it?
Oh, sure, I'll autograph it.
Huh?
Yeah.
You remember your name?
I don't remember my name. I'm slow.
You're old part. You're an old part.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm an old guy.
And you're an old part.
I know you would know about that.
What?
About being old.
Oh, I know.
All right.
I'm a young timer. Huh?
You know, he reminds me of the guys I grew up with. There was always one in the neighborhood.
Well, I'm the only one.
Man,
There you go, man. I need that hat.
You want my autograph?
Hell no.
You don't know my name.
that's very funny.
Come on.
I ain't going that far.
Yeah. You said you would do a selfie. There you go.
That is pretty funny.
Hey, I'm proud of you now.
Just remember, no eating dogs and cats.
Hey, they're good.
No eating dogs and cats? I didn't hear that part. That's pretty funny.
Fried chicken.
I hope you like the pizza. You guys pick the pizza.
He doesn't know where he is.
No. Okay. So that's the video. And, you know, people were freaking out on the left and everything else. And, like, look, I thought it was a fun moment. It was 9/11 after all. And earlier in the day, which, you know, we reported on yesterday when we did the show with Rob O'Neill, when we were doing the 9/11 Remembrance show, Trump, Harris, and Biden were all together. Even though it was the night after a contentious debate, they all shook hands. It was all friendly. I don't have a problem with this, and at least he shows he has somewhat of a sense of humor here, even though he's almost dead.
I thought it was funny.
So did I. I don't really care about this. The left does, but I don't.
You know,
it's a funny gesture. He was cool with the guy, and whatever.
Yeah. You know what's even funnier than this?
What's up?
You remember Green Day, right?
The band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that album, American Idiot?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It was about how they hate the Bush regime.
The whole album was?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The whole thing is about that, yeah. Well, now they're on the same side as Dick Cheney. Because they endorsed Kamala Harris as well.
No shit.
Yeah, so
okay, cool.
Twinsies.
Yeah, twinsies.
And so did, who's that fucking Gaylord from Rage Against the Machine? The guitarist. Fuck's his name?
Oh, yeah. He's always been.
Yeah. I've actually met him a bunch. He used to show up at union events all the time in Wisconsin.
Tom Morello?
Morello, yeah.
Tom Morello, yeah.
Yeah, he's a communist, which is really funny because somehow over the last 20 years, the crazy neocon right-wing war criminals and the Marxist people have met in the middle.
Yeah.
And they're all still crazy war people somehow. It's very bizarre. how that works.
Yeah, it's strange. Our next sponsor is BlackBuffalo.com. Big fan of Black Buffalo. If you're an adult, age 21 and older, and use nicotine or tobacco, I want to tell you about the American-made success story and Black Buffalo's award-winning nicotine pouches. Black Buffalo's nicotine pouches are not owned by Big Tobacco. They're an independent company proudly built right here in the good old US of A. For 21 and up adult consumers, Black Buffalo was built by dippers with decades of smokeless tobacco use. They believe the market wanted tobacco alternative nicotine products that offered the best of both worlds, bold flavor and full pouches. What are they made of? Well, it's pretty simple. Cured edible green leaves, food-grade ingredients, and pharmaceutical-grade nicotine. Most importantly, there's no tobacco leaf or stem. Black Buffalo is all about the history and tradition of dip, but they understand the convenience and discretion of modern-day consumers that they're looking for. Black Buffalo's nicotine pouches give you the versatility to consume discreetly, but still keep the ritual with flavors that dippers love. We got mint, straight, wintergreen, all proudly made in the US of A. So if you're 21 and older, consume nicotine or tobacco, and want to join the Black Buffalo herd, head on over to blackbuffalo.com to learn more. You can order nicotine pouches online, and they ship directly to most states, or check out their store locator to purchase pouches at thousands of retail locations around the country. Black Buffalo tobacco alternative, bold flavor, full pouches. Warning, this product does contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Black Buffalo products are intended for adults age 21 and older who are consumers of nicotine and tobacco. Next up, business for Trump. More than 500 businesses, groups across America are calling on Congress and the next administration to keep former President Trump's tax cuts in place, warning that allowing them to expire at the end of next year would amount to the largest tax increase in American history. Is that true?
Yes.
The U.S. Chamber of Commerce led the hundreds of local chambers and other business organizations in signing an open letter to Washington lawmakers and the next administration on Thursday, saying the 2017 tax reforms have been instrumental in driving growth in the economy and that doing away with them would cause harm. While the impact of a massive tax increase on individual Americans is clear, it's critical for policymakers to understand that the expiration of many pro-growth business tax reforms from the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs, Executive Vice President and Chief Policy Officer at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce said in a statement there. Look, I think you got to keep these in place. Obviously, she wants them out. Kamala's running on that right now. So it's a pretty easy choice here. However, if you want to get this done, businesses have got to start dropping it online. I think they're worried, though, to tell their customers, like, hey, dude, I'm supporting Trump instead of Kamala.
Yeah. So we've got big problems. Obviously, the largest employer in the United States is the federal government, and that money just comes from you. The government doesn't generate a product, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this is how wealth is created. Some kind of labor is applied to the earth, and value is extracted from that. It is put on a market, and goods and services are exchanged either for each other or for currency. Yes? Mm-hmm. We're all agreed on what a business is, right? The government doesn't do that. It's not a business. Doesn't make money. We have a GDP, sure, yeah. But the government doesn't make money. It extracts money from all of you to pay for these 3 million plus employees that it has. And that is just, it's a dead end, right? Like, there's no exchange of goods and services. It's just theft, essentially. What happens when the average person, somebody living paycheck to paycheck, right? When they get more money, what happens typically? They pay off debt that they have, which is good for the economy, or they buy new shit, which is good for the economy. Mm-hmm. They do one of those two things. They very rarely just save the money.
Then right? Why did my credit score drop when I paid off my student loans?
Did it?
It did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why? Because it was your oldest credit account, probably?
No.
That's probably why it is, actually, because one of the things you get rated on for your total credit is the age of your oldest existing revolving account, and that would have been your oldest one, unless you have. This is why parents, you should teach your kids how to use credit responsibly. We should get them a credit card when they're like fucking 16 and let them start using it a little bit.
Yeah, you pay something off, it's always like goes down. If you completely pay it off, you have to like pay it off in little chunks. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to buy another house, and I'm about to pay off a car.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna sell it because we're getting another old car from my wife's parents. And I'm like, oh shit! I wonder if losing this loan is gonna drop my fucking credit score more for some reason.
It might.
Credit's a scam.
It's a little, it's definitely a scam. That's why usury is illegal in a lot of places, right? But anyways, when ordinary folks get more money, more of their own money, especially like their take-home pay goes from like $1,500 a paycheck to $1,800 a paycheck. That extra $300 is getting circulated back into the economy almost immediately, typically, right? And that's what stimulates economies. More people go out and buy this or buy that, and those companies hire people, right? And there's less unemployment. There's more money moving around. That's how it's supposed to work. Tax breaks always work. They always work. We shouldn't be taxing people in the fucking first place. It's just absolute nonsense. And for those of you out there who might say, I doubt anybody in our audience would, but just in case there's a stray out there who think, oh, it's only people that make X amount of dollars per year, like good fucking luck with that. The amount of people, when the federal income tax became a thing in 1913, I think like 10% of people actually paid federal income tax. Because it's only we're only going to charge the rich people that.
Right.
Do you know what percentage of America pays federal income tax now? No. All of it. Anybody that has a fucking job. Right?
Yeah.
They will always fucking extend it to you. I don't give a shit what you think. So all this nonsense about they've already raised the capital gains tax from 12 to 21% since these two cunts have been in office. Now they're going to try to raise it to 28%. Right? Yeah. They're going to try to raise it to 28%. When you buy and sell things, right? Stocks, businesses, real estate properties, whatever, a 30% margin is pretty good. Mm-hmm. That's a 30% is what they're going to take from you. Yep. So now you've got to make a 60% margin to even make money at all, right? I mean, it's fucking ludicrous. And all it does is result in people with high amounts of capital, people or businesses more commonly, that have a lot of capital at their disposal will buy up everything because nobody else can afford to do it, right? And you create monopolies on things that matter, energy and housing. You can't have monopolies on those things.
The other part about this is if the tax increases for all these companies,
people are getting fired.
Well, yes, they're all getting fired because the rich are going to stay rich. Mm-hmm. So then you fire everybody else, or you cut their salary in half, one or the other, and that's how this has worked forever. So if you get rid of this shit, like this tax the rich bullshit, they're like, oh, tax the fucking rich. Cool, man, tax the rich and then see what happens. They're going to lay off their employees. They're going to drop their fucking salaries down. That's what's going to happen there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. This whole thing is fucking ridiculous. If Trump gets in, he's not going to, I mean, this is going to.
It already happened with Apple and Google. Over the last 2 years, they've each laid off about 25,000 people.
Honestly, probably deserved.
Fair enough, but there were people they hired.
Yeah.
Yep. That's 25,000 people who make $100,000 or more dollars a year.
Yep.
$250 million wiped out of the local economies.
Gone.
In Silicon Valley and here.
Yep.
Right?
Media, gone. Yep. Movie studios, gone. I mean, it's fucking gnarly out there.
That's a lot of moolah, a lot of cash.
Yeah, and we've been hiring at Hard AF Seltzer, obviously with the investments from WeFunder.com/Hard AF Seltzer over there. We've hired 12 people, I think, in the last month and a half. Dude, we've gotten over like 10,000 resumes. I mean, it's nuts. Like, people are out of work already, let alone like what could happen potentially if they take away this tax credit. Like, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. So, yeah, dude, hopefully he gets in, but if not, we are fucked.
Proper fucked.
Real fucked. What's your proper fucked? Is it from behind or are you on top? Like, how is it?
It doesn't matter. You know,
reverse cowboy.
Cowboy.
That's where I live, dude. In that reverse cowboy world.
I like, to be honest, I like being on my back sometimes just because I got a better view of the room. I'm worried about people coming through the door, you know? Is that Gary laughing behind the stage? Yeah, you know, I got to keep my eye on the door. So if I'm doing doggy, I've got to be facing the door, which means she's also facing the door. You know, which is nice. 2 sets of eyes are better than one.
Yeah, it sure is.
And also I can throw her at the attacker before I do whatever I'm going to do, which is probably ejaculate on the man because I've been fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Next up, Trump says he's not going to have a third debate this year, which would be his second debates with Kamala Harris. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump said there will not be another debate against his Democratic rival, Vice President Kamala Harris. Harris has once again called for another debate against Trump, but Trump said after the first debate against Biden, and now this one, what's the point of this at this point? And for me, I get it. Like, the third debates have always felt flat to me in every single presidential election, let alone debating 2 different candidates. And then you're going to go against the second person for the second time. And then where's that at and why? I think if it was Fox News, and let's say you gave Hannity the ability to fact check Kamala Harris, do you think she'd actually do it?
I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask.
I think they did, and that's why this got rejected. So he was just like, fuck it. Where is this going to be now? I mean, after the last one, Jesus Christ, with David Muir, there's just no point anymore. Like, I actually, oddly enough, looking back on it, the CNN debate, which I thought was going to be the wildest one, was pretty fucking tame, and they kept it pretty even.
They were more or less tame in this one, too. There was a couple of moments where Kamala Harris was trying to interrupt Trump, and he fucking gave her the business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But for the most part, it was pretty boring, frankly. I don't think Trump is a great debater. I don't know why people think that. Like, he's a good shit talker, but that's not what debating is. Debating is not convincing Republicans that you beat Kamala Harris. It is getting people who were thinking about voting for you to actually vote for you. And he is really fucking bad at it. Very easy, scripted, concise answers. All the facts are on his side. She's wrong about literally everything. But it's like, oh, we've got this thing and that thing, and I did this, and they said this about me. Shut the fuck up and just say the numbers, asshole. God damn it, man. Like, why is it so fucking hard?
All I could think watching that debate, honest to God, was like Ron DeSantis would win this by 10 points. Like, it would be running away with this election.
Yeah. I don't think this election is going to be close if it's fair. Like, I really don't anyways. DeSantis' biggest issue, and if he's going to run in 2028, is just figuring out what the fuck to do on camera.
Stop licking your lips so much, man.
So it's a tough one. But the other point that somebody else made, and I forget who it was, so forgive me, how much debates really fucking matter?
I don't know. I mean, CNN did a poll before and after the debate the same day. And Kamala Harris went from 55 to 53%, I think, approval or something like that. I don't remember. But that's all within the margin of error. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like, especially if we did it the correct way and people just said what they actually believe, the 2 candidates just like, you ask them a question, here's what I believe. Mm-hmm. Okay, sir, well, you said this before, so what the fuck? And they're like, oh, well, I don't believe that anymore. Here's why I believe that. Now I believe this.
Right.
That would be the normal way for a human being to have a fucking debate about the actual facts. Maybe that would move the needle, but I think people just cheerlead one way or the other.
Yeah.
Right? Like, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of Republicans, conservative people, whatever they call themselves, posting about how poor of a job Trump did. I'm like, he did fine.
He's fine.
He was as good as she was. Who fucking cares? She definitely didn't win. There's nothing she said.
No.
Everything she said was bullshit, right? You still go fucking ask. Go find one of your fucking liberal friends and ask them what her fucking policies are.
Just one policy.
Not one person will be able to tell you anything. Like, oh, Roe v. Wade. What about it exactly? Get it back. Okay, how are you going to do that?
Yeah.
You're going to pass a bill in Congress, you know you can't get those votes.
Well, that's what he said on the
for a fact you can't get those votes. So you're going to vote for her for something that you know she can't do. That's like putting fucking Steve Kerr in the slam dunk competition, buddy. Like hopes and dreams, my friend, but it ain't gonna fucking happen. So, but there's a lot of woe is me stuff with the conservatives. Like, oh, it's so bad. She's gonna win now. God, you guys got to stop being so fucking emotional about everything.
Not only that, but
you're
like
behaving like a bunch of fucking women.
It's the media who's jamming these articles in your face that she's up, and it's like, I don't believe it. I think he wins pretty easily here, coming up in November. And yeah, I don't think there's a need for a fucking third debate. Next up, ad-wise, we got bioproteintech.com. Guys, here's why your hormones suck. Most guys are focused on testosterone, but that's not even half the puzzle. In order to absorb testosterone optimally, you have to have adequate growth hormone, more specifically, its end result growth factors. Unfortunately, growth hormone decreases every year after puberty, which may explain your poor performance in the gym or even excess body fat. That's where BioPro Plus comes in. BioPro Plus gives you back those growth factors naturally, giving you HGH-like results with 0 needles, 0 side effects, 0 doctor visits, all at a fraction of the cost of prescription treatments. Head on over to bioproteintech.com today to learn more. Click the link in the audio description. And if you want to fix the way you perform, look and feel without all the risk of the big pharma synthetic stuff, head on over to bioproteintech.com. Fast, easy to use, and 100% safe. Promo code Drinkin Bros will get you $30 off your first order over there. We've been taking it for about 9 months here so far, and it's great. Actually makes your skin look great, too. 30 vials. Boom, you pop one underneath your tongue right before night-night. You'll feel a little sting, and then boom, you know it's working, and you get a really great night's sleep on it, too. Big fan of that company. Next up, we got the Panera brawl. A suspect who incited a brawl at a Panera Bread in Glendale, Colorado on Tuesday remained at large, according to local reports citing police officials. Video footage captured by Natalie Wiersma, fun name, shows the dramatic altercation during which the suspect throws several objects off a counter at a restaurant staff.
Panera's like trying to be, Waffle House now? You serve hospital food. Calm down. But I do like this fight. It's a good fight.
I haven't seen this video. Go ahead and play it, Bob.
It's an interesting... Oh. Fuck this and fuck that. Like, how mad can you be about broccoli cheddar soup?
Did she drink their meth lemonade?
Oh, yeah, maybe it was
no,
that.
they got rid of it, Bob.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they pulled it.
Is it illegal? They fucking Four Loco'd it?
Some kid ran through a fucking wall with the Kool-Aid, man.
My favorite thing about Panera, or that, was someone saying they were going to close the garage door and put that in a humidifier.
Oh, shit. That guy just shoved this chick?
Is that a chick?
I mean, it's...
I don't know.
It could be a dude.
Why would that guy run up and hit a woman? That's a guy, yeah.
It's a dude.
It's
Holy shit.
It's Colorado. There's, very few actual men left. Derek might be the last one, actually.
Holy shit. Yeah, I think that's a dude, man.
Skinny jean. Hold on,
he throws like a girl.
Well, yeah.
That's why I thought it was a woman. But it in the other ones, it looks like a dude. Like a...
See, it looks like a chick here.
They're still looking for the suspects. So I don't think,
I think it's a gay
know.
guy.
That looks like a woman.
What pissed her off? I think it's a chick, actually. What pissed her off, you think?
Broccoli cheddar.
Look at this. It's a dude? You sure?
This is a dude. I think it's a gay dude. Like, I think it's a twink. But, yeah, it's a dude.
A little twinkle? Twinkle, twinkle, little star? Yeah. All right.
But, by the way, this is awful from the guy in the blue shirt.
Yeah, man. You can't get taken down by a Gaylord like that.
Look at that.
But, like, even the push, dude. Like,
push.
What the fuck?
Well, that floor's slippery.
Yeah.
You've been in a Panera before.
Yeah.
They've got whatever they fucking pour on it at the end of the night to clean the floor. It's just baby oil.
I'm just saying, like, look, the Avalanche have been great the last couple of years. You should know how to check somebody.
Yeah.
Don't even use your arms. Go full body check.
Go back to the fall again.
She's hitting him with a fucking breadboard or some shit.
Oh, yeah, with the little breadboard.
Oh, look, and now
that.
somebody's watched some
back.
UFC. I mean, you're not very good at that, but...
No, you got to get him in a chokehold there.
Something. Yeah, it's not. All around, bad performance by everyone
Everyone involved.
in that one. It was
He
pretty
had the
bad.
entire
There
bag.
was no winners.
Yeah, you had to hold back. You
And
even
gave
there
up.
was a moment there where he had his hooks in too, and this fucking long-haired person clearly doesn't know how to defend themselves.
So this actually, now I understand why the bald guy came at. The dude is like giving him shit, and then turns back around, called him slurs, but I don't know what slur you can call an old bald white guy.
Cracker,
I guess.
honky,
Honky.
That's not gonna.
Hey, honky.
Trumps.
Trumps.
Speaking of Trumps, some breaking news.
What do we got?
ABC whistleblower allegedly will release an affidavit claiming the Harris campaign was given sample questions that were essentially the same questions that were given during the debate, as well as assurances that Trump would get fact-checked and she would not. Somebody that works for ABC is going to publish that affidavit.
Where is that? Who posted that?
Leading report.
Leading
So
reports.
we'll see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they break a lot of news.
Interesting. Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we'll check that out. Now's the point of the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the week. You can go to drinkinbros.com and submit with our Drinkin' Bro of the week submission while you're over there. We got some fun new merch in the store. College football's here. The weather's getting a little chillier up north. I had to wear some hoodies up there in Michigan.
We've got an Abdul shirt coming.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
It'll be on the site tomorrow. It actually might be tonight. Actually, we'll see.
That was my favorite line from the debate. Merch store is all stocked up. Bro Box. You can get. It's not going to come in these fancy boxes here. It's going to come in a bigger one this month because we got all the barbecue equipment out there. Pun intended. I can hear volume on one of those videos, Bob. If
Sorry,
you want to kill that.
there is more breaking news real quick.
Go ahead.
A train just hit a tank
Where?
in South Carolina, Goose Creek.
Holy shit! Let's see it.
We got video.
Who wins?
I feel like
Does a tank stop a train?
nope.
Oh fuck! That's dope.
Bang.
Boom, dude. Wow. Big fan of that.
Actually, the tank kind of got fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn,
All
dude.
right. All right. I
What
love
happened
it.
to our military?
It's all going to hell, Bob. Everything's going to hell down here. This country's going to fucking hell, all right? Going to absolute fucking shit, bro. Probably a DEI hire somebody in that fucking thing. But as far as drinkinbros.com is concerned, we would love to see your smiling faces in the studio. We leave the studio doors open for you guys. And pop on in. You can give it yourself. Come on up, milady. You've been here all day. You can sit in D'Anthony Holloway's chair over there. You're not even going to play the music, Delco? Come on, dude. Damn, bro.
Whoa. Okay, he's tall.
There it is. Pop that mic about an inch from your face.
Is that good?
Did your shirt say 1776, bitches?
It does. Yes.
Big fan. Big fan of that.
Thank you.
Tell everybody your name.
I'm Jenny. In the chats, I'm Coppercat.
Oh, you're Coppercat. What's up? Dude, we only know people by their chat names. That's hilarious. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it makes sense though.
Yeah. Well, we see them for years and years. Like Womb Raider, those guys. Like, yeah, I know all their, everybody's name. Wanathan. Yeah. Coppercat. Welcome to the show. Who would you like to give Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
Okay, so I have two because I guess that's been a theme. The first is my boyfriend. I'm not gonna drop his name here, but
Why? What does he do?
nothing. I just don't think he wants to be known.
Okay. Fair enough.
But he did used to be a helicopter pilot. Now I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember. Apache helicopter pilot.
Okay. Nice.
But up until about a year ago, I was neurotic, and he's really calmed me down, and so he's made me a better person.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And who's
Yeah.
the second one?
My dad, God rest his soul, it'll be 10 years on the 20th, but he raised me by himself. I mean, he raised a teenage girl by himself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cheers. I'm sorry he's no longer with us.
Yeah, I miss him every day, but it is what it is. Life goes on.
It does. It does. Yeah, I lost one too about 15 years ago. So,
Sorry.
yeah. I was lucky enough to have 2 dads. Got a stepdad who rocks, and he's amazing, and he's an amazing father as well. So, yeah.
My stepdad's pretty awesome. Charles Powers, I love you.
Charles Powers, what up? Do you call him Chucky Powers ever?
No, I just call him Dad.
Call him Chucky Powers. See what he says.
Everybody calls him Charlie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Thanks for being here. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Grab some Hard AF Seltzer on the way out, okay?
I will.
Grab a 12-pack on the way out. Appreciate you tuning in, kids. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away. For D'Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.